Y'all, the feds just dropped more information on Diddy's crimes. And this particular dump allegedly involves information on Diddy's adopted daughter, A-Bone. So the feds finally spilled the tea on Ava and what really happened when she disappeared from the scene. Now remember back in 2020, when Diddy was all over the place announcing A's adoption. Then out of nowhere, she just vanished like she was never there. Well, it turns out that there's a whole lot more to the story, and it looks like Diddy might have been mixed up in some very hoary business with AA. But get this, people are saying that the raid by Homeland Security might have had a lot to do with AA. A big chunk of Diddy's federal indictment allegedly centers around, y'all won't believe the wild claims about what Diddy supposedly did, because this will shock you to your core. Alright, y'all hold on to your seats, because this Diddy drama is just spiraling into the most horrible stuff in history. You've all seen the accusations piling up with Homeland Security raiding his properties over those trafficking allegations. And the feds eventually moved in and got an indictment against him. But here's the plot twist. What happened to Diddy's adopted white daughter? Yeah, you probably forgot all about her a couple of years ago, back in 2020, when all the C stuff was going down, right? Diddy made a big announcement about adopting her. And then just like that, she vanished from the public eye. It's almost like she never existed in the first place. So while everyone was busy talking about his latest scandals, nobody is asking the real question. Where is AA? Let me tell you, things are only getting more suspicious. But it looks like the feds just cracked the case back then. We didn't think too much about it, because it was a time when people were mostly just online, and we didn't have all the info that we do now about Diddy. Sure, there were whispers here and there, and mostly about him being on the DL, but that's his personal life. There's nothing illegal about W and men. Now, at the time, it just seemed like he was having consensual relations with younger men, not boys, so no one really bad at den. But y'all, with what we know about him now, y'all, it's enough to make your skin crawl. Every new lawsuit coming out just shows an even darker side of Diddy. Cassie's lawsuit. It painted Diddy as a monster who mistreated her in every single way possible. Then you have Lil Rod, who not only alleged that Diddy SM, but also claimed he tried to pimp him out to other industry men. But the real mess started when Homeland Security raided his homes in Miami over suspicions. That's when it became very clear that we were dealing with something serious. Up until that point, all the lawsuits were civil. No criminal charges in sight. But when the feds step in and do a full-in raid, then you know they've got some major dirt on him. But this just isn't another scandal. It's a whole other level of something else. After the Diddy's lawyers came out to slam the feds and claimed that they were just piling on Diddy and trying to cause drama for him and ruin his public image, his lawyers said this unprecedented ambush paired with an advanced coordinated media presence leads to a premature rushed judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability. With any of these allegations, Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. While a federal officer replied to this said, "We believe that there is a disturbing history of us trafficking. We are responding to concrete, detailed, explicit allegations. This is not random. We didn't just choose his name out of the hat. We've had allegations that we're following up on. Well, things have definitely progressed since then, and Diddy is now in the custody of the feds. He requested for bail, offering to pay $50 million, putting up his house and his mom's house is up as collateral, but he still got refused and was ordered to remain in custody. This put into perspective just how dire the situation is. The first indictment documents they released was bad enough, but then they just dropped an update. Y'all, Diddy was a menace, if this is all true. One of the updates included something on a Baroni, and unfortunately it looks like her experience with Diddy was not exactly sunshine and rainbows like we had hoped, because the feds are painting a very horrible picture. Let's rewind back to 2020. Remember when Diddy hopped on Instagram Live to reveal that he had adopted a white girl named A. He had her on there introducing herself and talking about being adopted by him. The whole thing was very random, but very sus as well. It left everybody confused, questioning what was really going on. It was like she was on the block being sold, or something talking about she's a Scorpio. But fast forward to now, with all this new drama coming to light, and the mystery surrounding that moment just keeps getting murkier, like what was really going on.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Barone.
Eva Barone Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Hey, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids, Charlize Theron, everybody's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So, just clarify it, because it's crazy out here online. So play with the kids, I got permission from your mother, say all of that. It's crazy out here.
I met Becky and Lila when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then all the 4 of us.
6 months.
I obviously came over.
Yeah. And it's Ava Barone Combs.
It's back then, we thought Did was doing nice thing by adopting a child during the pandemic, when the kids needed all the love they could get. But now people are side-eyeing him for all sorts of reasons. And that adoption video seems pretty strange in hindsight. And here's another major red flag. He compared his adoption process to Madonna's, which is eyebrow-raising, given Madonna's adoption controversies. Reports have suggested that Madonna didn't exactly follow the letter to the law with her adoptions last year. The Ethiopian World Federation accused her of human and exploiting children, claiming she misled parents into giving up their kids by promising them an education in the U.S., only to adopt them. It's curious that Diddy would compare his adoption specifically to Madonna's, especially with all the drama surrounding her. And fans are also questioning why Diddy only had his sons in that video. Where were his daughters, hidden in the back somewhere? Well, Ava even mentioned wanting to play with Diddy's daughters. So why weren't they right there with her playing just as sons? And honestly, Ava looked very uncomfortable. In the video, fans were buzzing with all types of theories about why Ava looked so uneasy in that video. Maybe it was the vibe in the room. Maybe she was nervous because Diddy's sons have their own share of drama. Justin's name came up in a Little Rod's lawsuit, and Christian's dealing with his own legal troubles. No wonder. That atmosphere might have been a bit off. But here's the real kicker. A pretty much disappeared after that video. Sure, she was seen with Diddy twins Jesse and Delilah a few times, but then it was like she vanished into thin air. No family photos, no videos, nothing, considering Diddy had her calling him Papa Combs. You think that she'd have been around more now with all the scandalous allegations against Diddy's. As mistreating women, and fans can't help but wonder if something shady happened to A is turning into a real life mystery, and people are left speculating about what might have really gone on behind the scenes. But here where things got even worse. Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Dill stepped in and dropped some match tea. Gene also touched on the rumors about Diddy doing something shady to Ava. While he didn't spell it out directly, he dropped some heavy hints, saying that everybody in the industry knows what Diddy's really like. Talk about spilling tea.